Hey there guys, hope everybody's doing well. I want to give you guys just a really fast update of how we're doing with our Fada Bullet 1000 and the paint removal process. So things are going really well. You'll see here's some of the pieces. I've got some touch-up work to do on these. There's still some little bit of residual paint here that I need to take off. But for the most part, they're clean. It's really nice underneath, and it's looking good. Here's the handle. It looks brand new actually. There's a little bit of paint there that I need to remove. That's going well. The knobs all look good. A little bit of touch-up work and detail work there. And the same thing here. But the main thing to look at is the cabinet. So let's take a look at that. So here's our cabinet. You can see it's really nice. There's really not a lot of problems with this thing. There's a few. I still have a little bit of touch-up work to do on this as well. There's still some little bit of paint and stuff that I need to get out of these grooves. I'm not sure what happened here. It looks like somebody did something. I'm not sure what that is, but I can deal with that. Looks like this corner is a little chewed up or something. Not sure. That was there. And we're going to work on that. The top, similar. Somebody had put some epoxy or something by this hole. I had to scrape that off. That's fine. And there's a little bit of detail work that has to happen in these grooves here. But for the most part, the cabinet's in beautiful condition. It just really is. Underneath looks great. Inside, I also had to get rid of all the paint overspray and splatter that was in there. But there are just a couple of little warts and things on this thing that I'm going to have to just accept. Like right here, this looks like at some point there was I can't get a focus. Looks like right there must have been a scuff or something at some point. That's just part of the radio. It's a character. One thing I learned about this cattle and stuff, and I have to thank Brendan for this. Brendan let me know about this yesterday. Typically, these butterscotch cabinets, they would turn dark over age because of UV. So it's kind of rare to have one that's very bright like this. And the reason why this one was protected is because it was painted. So there's something to say about that having that paint on it actually helped preserve some of the originality, which is great. So our plan is going to be to continue the detail work now on these things. And then we're going to buff it and polish it. And I'll show you what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do that in a moment. But you can see that this is really coming along nice. This is going to be a really nice piece when it's done. And that's what she's going to look like. Something like that. Okay, so let me show you how I'm going to buff it, and then we'll wrap up and talk about next steps. All right, to clean this thing up, what I'm using is just a very small, it's a 4-inch desktop grinder that has buffing wheels on it. So this wheel will have the wax that we use. We put some compound on there, and that's what we use to kind of get the scratches out and clean it. And this is just the clean one, right? This will just buff it and shine it. I've already given this one pass. It needs many more. There's still some scratches in there. But this is how we're going to do it. It works really well, inexpensive. It's really a jewelry cleaner, believe it or not. And it does a great job. So that's how we're gonna use it to clean it up and get that moving. And then again, it uses 4-inch buffer wheels. Very inexpensive, so it wasn't a lot of money. Something I won't use very often, but I can also use it for derusting. It comes with some wheels here that I can use to get rid of rust, and then there's some, I think, more rigid type of pads. I'm not sure what they're for yet, so I'm just using it for this though. So that's how we're going to get this thing to shine up. So I'm going to go to work a little bit more on this thing and get the detail work done. And then in the next episode, we're going to dive into the chassis and get the chassis restored. And just to reiterate, these radios are rare. They're rare because of the Catalan, but it's also important that the radio remain original, as original as possible. So, for example, you don't rip all the wax caps out and put in those yellow caps, right? You don't do that. That's not conducive to keeping this thing original. So we'll restuff them just like I did with the Silvertone T2. And we're going to have to clean the clean the chassis and clean the tuning capacitor and all that stuff. But when I put it back in, it'll look nice. And now I can polish those IF cans too if I want. So that's great. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoy it. I'm really, really, really happy at the way this is coming out. And I think I got a great deal on this radio. And I think when this is done, this is going to be worth a great deal of money. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching, and everybody stay well. Happy Flag Day.